she panicked. Wait, everything changed with that last-minute call when the wedding was cancelled. I said, it did. When she found out the call was from the immigration office about her fake fiancé visa scam, change came with deportation papers. I, 32 male, was supposed to get married 3 weeks ago. Instead, I'm sitting here with a cancelled venue, a furious ex-fiancé facing federal charges, and the strangest sense of relief I've ever felt. Let me back up. I met Katia 18 months ago through a dating app. She was stunning. Originally from Eastern Europe, working as a graphic designer, here on a student visa that was about to expire. We hit it off immediately. She was charming, intelligent, passionate about art. The chemistry was undeniable. Looking back, the red flags were there, painted in neon. But when you're wearing rose-colored glasses, red flags just look like flags, right? We moved fast. Within 3 months, she basically moved into my apartment. By month 6, she was talking marriage. I've never felt this way about anyone, she'd say, her accent making everything sound like poetry. You're my soulmate, my destiny. I proposed after 10 months. Yeah, I know. But she seemed genuinely devastated about potentially having to leave the country. Her visa was expiring, and she'd been rejected for a work visa. I can't imagine life without you, she sobbed one night. But I understand if marriage is too fast, I'll just go home and we'll try long distance. The thought of losing her was unbearable. So I proposed. The K-1 fiancé visa process started immediately. Katia handled most of it. She said she understood the system better. I signed whatever she put in front of me. The interview at the embassy went smoothly. She coached me on what to say, how to prove our relationship was real. We had hundreds of photos together. At shared bank statements, she'd added herself to my account to show commitment. Love letters she'd written. Wedding planning consumed our lives. She wanted something elaborate, 150 guests, most from her community here. I'd never met most of these people, but she said they were like family to her. The wedding was costing me $35,000. My entire savings plus a loan from my 401k. 2 weeks before the wedding, something weird happened. Katia's phone rang during dinner, and she practically lunged across the table to silence it. The caller ID showed Dimitri, husband. Who's Dimitri? I asked. Her face went white. My cousin. It's joke from when we were kids. Like play husband, you know. Something felt off. That night, while she showered, I did something I'm not proud of. I looked through her phone. What I found destroyed me. WhatsApp conversations in her language, but Google Translate revealed enough. Messages to Dimitri about the American idiot. Discussions of payment schedules. References to other clients. There was a whole network. Katia wasn't just committing visa fraud. She was part of an organized operation selling fake marriages for immigration purposes. The messages laid it out clearly. She'd marry me, get her green card, then divorce me after 2 years and bring Dimitri over as her new husband. He was actually her real husband. They'd been married for 5 years back home. The $35,000 wedding. Half was being funneled to the organization running the scam. I sat on this information for 3 days, physically sick. Then I made a decision. I contacted ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and the FBI. Gave them everything. Screenshots, the WhatsApp conversations, names, everything. The agent I spoke with, Special Agent Rodriguez, was very interested. Turns out they'd been tracking this network for 2 years. Katia was a small fish, but she could lead to bigger ones. They asked me to go through with the wedding. We need to catch them in the act, Rodriguez explained. If you back out now, they scatter. But if we can document the fraud as it happens. I agreed. Those next 2 weeks were hell. Pretending everything was normal while wearing a wire to collect evidence. Katia was so focused on the wedding, she didn't notice my distance. The morning of the wedding, 2 hours before the ceremony, my phone rang. It was Rodriguez. Answer it and put it on speaker, he'd instructed me earlier. Make sure she hears. Mr. Fitzgerald. This is Special Agent Rodriguez with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. We need to speak with you immediately regarding your fiancé's visa status. Katia's face went from bridal glow to ash gray in seconds. Wait. Everything changed with that last-minute call. We can't. The wedding. What do they want? It did change everything, I said quietly. They know, Katya. About Dmitry. About the network. About all of it. She tried to run, literally grabbed her dress and tried to bolt out of the bridal suite. Federal agents were already positioned outside. Update 1. The aftermath was insane. Katya was arrested at the venue. The photographer actually got shots of her in cuffs in her wedding dress. Surreal doesn't begin to cover it. 14 other people were arrested at the wedding, all part of the network. Some were supposed guests, others were couples who'd done the same scam. But Katya's entitlement didn't end with the arrest. Oh no. She doubled down. From jail, she called me. I hadn't blocked the number because the FBI asked me to keep recording. She actually had the audacity to cry about how I'd ruined her life. You destroyed everything, she sobbed. All I wanted was better life. You said you loved me. You were using me for a green card. You have a husband. Dmitry is nothing. Business arrangement. You and me, we had real love. Real love. You called me the American idiot in your messages. That was joke. You don't understand our humor. Then came the threats. When tears didn't work, she got nasty. You think you're hero? You're nothing. Pathetic men who can't keep women. I have friends. Powerful friends. You'll regret this. Her powerful friends turned out to be other members of the fraud ring, most of whom were also getting arrested. One guy, Victor, actually showed up at my apartment demanding I fix the situation. I was still wearing the wire. He offered me $50,000 to marry Katya and tell ICE it was all a misunderstanding. Just say you were confused, he said. Language barrier. Cultural differences. They'll believe American man defending his foreign bride. I pretended to consider it, got him to explain the whole operation on tape, how they'd been doing this for 8 years. How they had lawyers, document forgers, even people inside immigration offices, feeding them information. Victor thought he was recruiting me. He was actually building the FBI's case. The next day, Victor was arrested too. Katya's family back home started contacting me through social media. Her mother sent voice messages calling me a destroyer of dreams and saying I'd condemned her daughter to poverty. Her real husband Dmitry actually had the balls to video call me. You could have just divorced her after green card, he said in broken English. Everyone wins, now everyone loses. You are scamming the immigration system. So. America has everything, we have nothing. You're selfish. The entitlement was staggering. They genuinely believed they were entitled to circumvent immigration law because they wanted a better life. As if wanting something justified fraud. But the real kicker came when Katya made bail. Her community pooled money. She showed up at my work with a camera crew. Not news media, some YouTube channel that specialized in immigration and justice stories. She played the perfect victim. Tears, accusations that I'd led her on, claims that I'd promised to marry her, then trapped her with ICE. She said I was racist, that I'd used her for sex then discarded her when her visa issues became inconvenient. My boss had to call security. But the damage was done. The video went semi-viral in certain circles. I started getting hate messages from people who believed her version. That's when I released my own evidence. Update 2. I'd been documenting everything on advice from the FBI. Every conversation, every threat, every lie. When Katya's victim video hit 100K views, I posted my response. The WhatsApp messages where she called me an idiot. The photos of her real wedding to Dmitry from 5 years ago found on her cousin's Facebook. The recording of Victor offering me $50,000 to lie to federal agents. The call where Dmitry admitted to the scam. The internet turned on her immediately. The YouTube channel took down her video and apologized for not fact-checking. People who'd sent me hate mail started sending apologies. But Katya wasn't done. She hired a lawyer, somehow, and tried to sue me for emotional distress and breach of promise to marry. She claimed I'd entrapped her, that I'd known about her visa situation and used it to manipulate her into a relationship. Her lawyer, some ambulance chaser named Gerald Morse, actually filed the suit. He probably thought I'd settle to make it go away. My lawyer, provided by my legal insurance through work, laughed when he saw it. She's suing you while under federal indictment for the exact crime she's accusing you of not facilitating. Bold strategy. We countersued. Fraud, emotional distress, misuse of funds, remember that shared bank account. And defamation for the YouTube video. We also submitted everything to the federal prosecutor as evidence of witness tampering and obstruction of justice. The FBI raided the office of the lawyer who'd been helping the network create fake documents. They found records going back a decade. Hundreds of fraudulent marriages, fake visa applications, forged documents. The lawyer was arrested and disbarred. Katia's case got stronger for the prosecution with each move she made. She posted on Instagram about how American justice only serves Americans and accidentally revealed she'd been in contact with other members of the network who were supposed to be in custody. Turns out she was trying to coordinate their stories. That violated her bail conditions. She was arrested again, and this time, no bail. From jail, she had her mother call me. This woman, who'd never met me, spent 20 minutes screaming about how I destroyed their family's investment in Katia's American dream. Investment. She actually used that word. They'd spent $30,000 over the years setting up this scam, and I'd ruined their ROI. We sold our house for this, her mother wailed. You've stolen our future. Your daughter tried to steal mine through fraud. It's not stealing. It's opportunity. You Americans have so much you can share. The entitlement ran in the family, apparently. Final update. The trial was last week. Federal court. No jury. Just a judge. Katia pleaded not guilty. Still maintaining our relationship was real, and I'd betrayed her. The prosecution presented the WhatsApp messages, the wire recordings, Victor's confession. He flipped for a reduced sentence. Documentation of the fake marriage to Dimitri. Evidence of the larger network. My testimony. Katia's defense was essentially, yes, I was married before, but I fell in love with him for real. The messages were jokes taken out of context. The money transfers were gifts to family. Then they played the recording of her mom talking about their investment. The judge's face was priceless. Katia was found guilty on all counts. Visa fraud. Conspiracy to commit immigration fraud. Wire fraud. Money laundering. Witness tampering. Sentence. 5 years federal prison followed by deportation. Lifetime ban from entering the United States. Dimitri, tried in absentia, got 8 years and a lifetime ban. He's still in Eastern Europe, so good luck enforcing that. But if he ever tries to enter the US or any country with an extradition treaty, he's done. Victor got 3 years for cooperation. 14 others got various sentences. The network was completely dismantled. The lawyer who helped them got 10 years and was disbarred. But here's the part that still gets me. Even after the guilty verdict, Katia maintains she was the victim. Her statement to the court, I came here seeking love and opportunity. I found someone I thought loved me, who promised me a future. Instead, he was government informant who seduced me to destroy my life. I'm not criminal. I'm romantic who believed in American dream. The judge responded, Miss Petrova, the evidence clearly shows you entered this relationship with fraudulent intent. You married another man 5 years ago. You called the defendant derogatory names while taking his money. Romance doesn't require wire fraud. The American dream doesn't include federal crimes. She was led away, still crying about injustice. I got my money back. Most of it anyway. The $35,000 for the wedding was frozen as evidence. Then returned to me, minus what had already been spent, about $8,000 in non-refundable deposits. The shared bank account was restored to just my name. I'm out maybe $10,000 total, which sucks, but could have been worse. The emotional toll was harder. I genuinely thought I loved her. Finding out it was all calculated manipulation messed with my head. I'm in therapy now, working through trust issues. But there's a silver lining. The FBI was so impressed with how I handled everything, they offered me a job as a civilian analyst, focusing on immigration fraud. Better pay than my current job, and I get to help prevent what happened to me from happening to others. I start next month. Katia's mom still sends me messages through various platforms. I block them. She creates new accounts. Last week she informed me that Katya was pregnant, supposedly mine, and I was abandoning my child. I forwarded it to the federal prosecutor. Katya's not pregnant. It's another scam to try to stay in the country. They added attempted fraud to her file. For those wondering if I feel guilty, no. I fell for a con artist who was part of an organized crime network. She knew exactly what she was doing. The tears, the declarations of love, even the sex, all calculated to get that green card. She wanted the American dream. Well, she got the American justice system instead. That's about as American as it gets. Edit since people are asking, yes, I'm dating again. Very, very carefully. First date question is now, so are you currently married to anyone? The woman I'm seeing now, met through friends, not apps, thinks the story is wild. She jokes that she should show me her birth certificate and tax returns before our next date. Honestly. Not the worst idea. Edit 2 for those saying I should have just let her stay, you realize this wasn't just about one fake marriage, right? This was an organized crime ring defrauding the immigration system, stealing identities, and making millions off desperate people. Katya wasn't some innocent woman in love. She was a criminal. The fact that she was pretty and cried convincingly doesn't change that.